Hey guys, so tonight we're making Salisbury steak with homemade mashed potatoes and a vegetable of Caitlin's choice if I have it readily available. So what I already did is I just went ahead and peeled the potatoes because it takes a lot of time and everyone knows how to do that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut them, and I have a pot of water already here. We're going to stick them in there. So I just kind of cut, however, just make sure you cut them small enough. I have actually watched people make a video where they boil their potatoes whole. That takes about 45 minutes. This takes about 20. So let's just get them in the pot. And your cuts don't have to be perfect. They don't matter. We're mashing them anyway. So we'll get them in. And my hands have been washed already. And yes, I'm wearing shorts. I'm not in my panties. Okay. So now that we got that, I might have to add a little bit more water. It's not a big deal. So we're just going to put those to the side. So we've got those to the side. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start our Salisbury steak with the hamburger meat. So what we're going to need is an egg, just a tad of milk, crackers or breadcrumbs. I can't find my breadcrumbs, so we're going to use crackers. And of course, hamburger meat. I have about 1.5 pounds here, just because I have to get at least 4 meals out of this, because Katie's dad will eat, and then he's going to need a lunch the next day. So I got my trash bag right here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is season it the way that you choose. Katie doesn't like onions, fresh onions, so I have to go ahead and use onion powder. Is that onion powder? Yes. Humidity. Okay, so this is a teaspoon I have right here. So we're just going to put in a teaspoon of onion powder. Let's get a good scoop. About like that. And I'm just going to shake it all about, stick it in our bowl. Next, we are going to use garlic powder. Now, if you have fresh garlic, you can use that too, which I do, but I'm not going to, so there. Here in Texas, the humidity makes all your spices stick together. So let's go ahead and get a teaspoon of that as well. And garlic powder comes out really fast, but it's okay if you add a little too much. It doesn't hurt. So next, we're just going to do salt. I don't measure the salt. I just kind of go around a couple times. So just kind of shake it a couple times around. That's probably ½ teaspoon, I would assume. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of pepper. Now, my family likes a lot of pepper, but we're not going to, y'all don't have to. Like I said, it's all about you, your family's taste. So we're going to add that. Is that enough? No, for my family, that's not. So we're going to add a teaspoon and a half. Okay. I generally do not measure. I have been cooking for a really long time, and I just, if it looks right, then it's right. Something I like to add, but it's not a necessity, but I like it, is paprika. So we're going to add a teaspoon. Everything is pretty much a tablespoon. I'm sorry. Everything is pretty much a tablespoon, except the salt. And that doesn't want to come out. God love Texas. Okay, y'all. That's good enough. All right, so the next thing that we are going to add is our egg. Some people scramble their egg first. I don't. My hands are going to be in there anyway. I'll mix it that way. Let me wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Now, like I said, I don't have any breadcrumbs. Don't know where they went. So what I do is I actually have about a half a pack, maybe a little less of crackers. And what I do is I just take them and I squeeze it. Just squeeze it. You don't have to break out any special tools. Who's got time for that? And plus, it just means more dirty dishes for me. Alright. Just get them as good as you can. Because nobody wants to bite into a big old chunky piece of salted cracker. Alright. Katie is helping me, so you might hear her voice if she has a question or she sees me doing something wrong. So that voice you'll hear in the background will be Katie. Which, by the way, she's doing a great job. And she's taking time out of her day off to help her mother, and I really appreciate that. Alright, squishy, do it to the side, make sure you get them. Okay, so like I said, it's about a third, maybe a half. I think I would go with a third. I don't think it was a half. Okay, so you can see that they're pretty good. They don't have, like I said, they don't have to be real small. Just dump them in. Okay, now Melissa, if you're watching, this is for you. So Justin, her husband, does not like vegetables. I've told her how she can, you can grind up some carrots, blend them real good, and stick them in there, and generally they can't see them. So you can use cauliflower too, because it doesn't have a lot of taste, and it won't add, too freaky of an alternate color. So I take this. This is a bit of fiber. This costs right under $9, but you can add it to your food, and it's fiber. They don't taste it. It dissolves, so no one ever knows. I used to do this to Katie when she was little. She never knew. What size is that? 2 tablespoons? That's perfect. You can speak. Now we want to hear your pretty voice. Okay, so about 2 tablespoons, if y'all see. It's just white powder, like so many other white powders we won't get into. It's kind of heaping, and we're just gonna put that in there like that. And no one will be the wiser. They're gonna start going to the bathroom more often and wonder why. You just tell them you don't know. Or say, oh, that's great, honey, I'm glad. Glad your bowels are moving. All right, so the next thing we're going to add, like I said, is this milk. Now you just need a little bit. It's a binder. You need this, to help keep the hamburger meat together for the Salisbury steak. If you don't add the egg, the crumbs, and the milk, it's a hamburger. That's all it is. It's not Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak has more of a texture of like a meatloaf. So we're just going to add... Now watch me all, because I didn't measure. We're just going to add about a drizzle. Let's go around in a circle like that, okay? That was probably about 2 tablespoons, I would say. So now the fun starts right now. We're going to use our hands. If you choose to use gloves, that's fine. But I like to put my love into it, and the gloves block that.
Would you like to show them the bowl?
Oh, yeah. Katie says, would y'all like to see the bowl? It's not very attractive right now, but that's kind of what it looks like before we mix it. So now we're going to mix it. Like I said, wear gloves if you want. Some people don't like to touch raw meat. I've been cooking since I was 5. I don't care. So we're just going to mix it. Now, the thing about it is everybody says, don't mix it too much. You're going to make the meat tough. Okay, I've never had that experience. My Salisbury steak is really good. And I've never heard anybody say, oh, this is tough. So, you know what? You just mix it until everything is well combined. That's what we're looking for. It's going to take me a minute, so just bear with me. Now, if y'all have any questions about what I'm doing, you know that you can leave it in the comments. I'm not Julia Child. I don't pretend to be a great chef. I just have been cooking for a long time, and I enjoy cooking for my family. I don't like doing the dishes, but I will cook all damn day. And no, I don't have a dishwasher. The only dishwasher I have is right here. When I was growing up, I have 2 brothers and a sister. And when I was growing up, you know, we'd go, we lived in West Virginia, and my dad, my whole side of my dad's family, lived in West Virginia and right over the bridge in Ohio. So we were having a family reunion, and someone says to my dad, "Do you have a dishwasher?" And he says, "Yeah, I got 4 of them." That's not funny. We used to have to, my mom worked nights at Texas Instruments years ago, and in the 70s. And there was a rule in the house that whoever cooked, they didn't have to do the dishes. That was the rule. Mom usually started dinner like, you know, in a crock pot or something like that before she left for work. She left at about 3. And, you know, we get out of school at 3:30. So it was my job to finish the meal. If there was like any side dishes that needed to be done, that was on me. I didn't mind. So my sister wasn't around because she was already working. She's 5 years older than me. She worked at Steak and Shake. Used to come home and smell like a hamburger. Anyway, so we'd be at the table after dinner. Just my dad would tell jokes or whatever. And we would have to draw a card to see who would have to do the dishes. Well, they would make me draw a card as well. And I lost every friggin' time. And I didn't think that that was fair because the rule was if you cooked, you weren't supposed to have to do the dishes. And it was just funny that I always lost. I got older, I started wondering if maybe this thing wasn't fixed. But anyway, it makes you a stronger person. Plus, when my brothers did dishes, they did them in cold water. That's not how you wash a dish. And I remember one time, my brother John was doing the dishes. He was doing them in cold water, and he wasn't getting them clean, and I had to dry them. So I'm going to dry them, and every dish is dirty. And I told him, I said, "John, you have to wash these." And he said no, he wasn't going to. And my dad walked up right then, and ooh boy, howdy did he get in trouble. My dad took out every dish in the kitchen and made him wash them. But what was unfortunate about it was that I had to dry them and put them up, so I was getting punished too. All right, y'all. I am going to wash my hands again. I know I'm going to be touching this, but I need to grab, I usually use aluminum foil to shape them, but I'm going to use clear wrap so you can see what I'm doing. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Because hamburger meat on your hands is kind of icky. Katie, would you like to tell us a joke? Okay. What did we do today, Kate? What did we accomplish? Come on, tell everybody what we did. What did we install?
Ring doorbell.
We did. We installed a Ring doorbell. Now we can see who comes to the door when we get deliveries. And we do order out a lot because there's a lot of times I just don't feel like cooking. And Katie will be in the office with her headphones on and she can't hear the doorbell. So we hooked her phone up to it too so that she can see when the food comes. Because she can't hear me if I yell for her. Trust me. I yell a lot. Alright. Now, another thing. I like to clean as I go. Because then it's not so overwhelming at the end of the meal when you've got dishes stacked up past your head. Which for me isn't too hard to do. So let me get that plastic wrap and I'll be right back again. Okay. So like I said, I need to get at least 4 to 5 Salisbury steaks out of this. Because like I said, Elise will eat. He said, okay, so this is one I got for y'all. Elise always says, I don't eat on my days off. Which is a big fat friggin' lie. He does. So a lot of times we try to have, not that we're the Rockefellers, But we do like a good steak. So usually on, Katie used to have Saturdays off. She doesn't anymore, which makes me sad. But her dad does. And so we try to have dinner done when she gets home. And on Saturday nights, we like to have steak. So Elias will say, I'm like, Elias, do you want your plate now? Or are you going to take it for lunch? And he says, woman, you know I don't eat on my days off. Okay. Then a couple hours later, you're in the microwave. He's eating. So I always have to make more. And the cat wants to come in. Don't you dare. Look, he's laying on this tripod. Oh my God, he's silly. All right. Oh, my nose itches. I'm sorry. At least I didn't pick it.
We can cut it out.
I don't know how to cut that out. Okay, so what we're going to do. La, 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 la. I have gas stove. I have a gas stove. Because I know what y'all are thinking. Y'all just put your mind out of the gutter. So I'm going to put this on medium. Actually a little below medium because this stove is fairly new. Katie bought it for me last year for Mother's Day. I got a great kid. We used to we had no oven. We just had a stove. It was very difficult to cook on. So Katie bought me this and it gets really hot. So anything that I cook on medium, I have to cook just below medium or else it'll burn. We don't want anything to cook too fast, okay? So what I do is I just I make balls. Balls of meat. Form them into a ball. Put them on plastic wrap. Looks like we might get 5. Let's see. I mean, try to make them as much the same size as you possibly can. Y'all know what? I don't know. It might be like 4.5. So what I'll do is if I don't get one that's a really good size, I'm going to cook it anyway. And then I'm going to give it to my doggie, Hannah. That'll be her dinner with her Benadryl. She has allergies. And we all suffer for it. She whines all day.
If the camera shakes, we have a cat under the tripod. He keeps moving it, and I can't move him without destroying the whole tripod.
Okay, well, we're just going to blame a bad video on the cat. He's pretty bullheaded anyway. This morning, I was still hooked up to my kidney machine. I'm not going to show you, but I have a hose. It's like a little tube that comes out of me, and it goes to the machine. And actually, there's not supposed to be any animals in the house while I'm doing it, but it's a 9-hour thing overnight. I mean, I can't control that. So, I woke up at about 5. I'm having issues with my machine making my stomach cramp real bad, and I woke up cramping real bad. And there was Honey at the end of the bed. So I sat up, trying to, because that helps with the pain. And he wanted to go right, I don't know what it is about this cat, but he goes straight for my stomach where my port is and wants to make kitty biscuits. Well, if he ruptures that tube, Virginia's going to wind up in the hospital because I can get an infection. So I was trying to get him to move and he wouldn't. And I accidentally kicked him in the head with my nub, my stubby stub, my gimpy. He left. Okay, y'all, so here it is, just a ball. We're going to squeeze it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Kind of shape it as we go, okay? So you're going to squeeze it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm squeezing it like this. Can you see that? Over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. And then, let me take this off because I need it really in the middle. Take your plastic wrap or your aluminum foil and just push down. Just push that puppy down. And as you do that, just go ahead and form it into a football. That's what we want it to look like a football. Let's see if you can see that. Okay.
Move your ball to the other side.
I gosh, I moved my bowl to the other side. Okay. Then we're going to just go ahead and put it in. We don't have to wait for anything. I'm just going to turn it down right now to low until I get them all in, and then I'll put it back to regular medium. Because I don't want anything cooking too fast. So here we go again. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Hamburger meat is so much fun, it's like Play-Doh. You can make whatever you want. And then we're going to push it down again. Okay, we're going to form it into a football. Smash them down. And stick it in the pan. There we go. The one thing about being in the wheelchair is when I'm cooking, I cannot see anything on this side of the pan. I usually just have to move the pan around. So, well, you know what? My hands are already icky. I'm just going to do it like this. Okay. And now the dog is making an entrance. I'm surprised she's not in here. Usually when I start cooking, she comes in. I'm sure as soon as she smells it. She likes to lay right behind me, which is in front of the refrigerator and the pantry, which I frequently have to go back and forth to. So that's fun. All right, here's our next one. Now, y'all, nothing has to be perfect, so don't freak out and don't fret. Let me unlock me. Okay. I'm going to put one here. Let's kind of move that around. All right. Next, we're going to do it again. Make a little funny ball. And make a... What happened, the cat?
Yeah.
He is something else, and I won't say what that is. How old is he now? Like 11?
He has to be like 11 or 13 now. No!
You know, if you ask Robert, he knows exactly when the cats were born. All right, y'all, one left.
How come you didn't add the liquid smoke to this one?
Because I forgot. Katie likes to have a little charcoal taste, so I usually add liquid smoke, and I forgot. So it's optional. It gives me heartburn, but a little dash will do you, and it does give you a little charcoal taste. I'm sorry, honey, I forgot. I'll make it up to you. I'm lying. I probably won't. But, yeah, I just thought I'd say that because it sounded good on video. Then people think, wow, she's great. Little do they know. Okay. So there's my last football. Let me get a spatula. Okay. Let me make a little room. Now, if they overlap a little bit, don't worry, because they are not cooking all the way in this pan. We're just going to brown them. So let's just get them in. Put my heat back up to just under medium. And we're going to let those do that. While that does that, I am going to wash my hands again. Somebody...
Oh shit. It's UPS.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Katie had to get the door. It's UPS. I have packages going back to Amazon. Okay. So for the gravy, what we're going to do is I'm using 2 beef bouillon cubes. Hold on.
What are you supposed to be returning? Was there something else?
Just those 3 things?
Just those 3 things? Okay.
Yeah. They all have labels. Okay, sorry about that. Usually use beef broth, but I don't have any, and you don't have to have it. These bouillon cubes are like 99 cents for 6 or 8. One makes 1 cup, so we're gonna need 2 cups of the broth. So we're gonna wait a minute, and then like I said, we'll flip these. Yeah, you just wanna brown them on both sides. See? Maybe I'll see that. I'll show you in a minute.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You can see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now we just want to get a matte color on both sides. I know this one's not ready because I'm just putting it in, but these we're going to flip. Okay. Kate, can you hand me a paper plate, please? No. I'll show you why in a minute. You don't want a paper towel because you don't want the paper towel to absorb your fluid, your liquid. Because when you go to put your Salisbury steak back in, there might be a little blood and juices, but you want that. I know it sounds gross, but you want it, so you're going to pour everything back in. All right, let's go ahead and put this one.
Do you want to turn on the mashed potatoes?
Not yet. What I'm going to, in a minute. These Salisbury steaks, once we get the water and the beef bouillon cubes in, then we're going to turn on the potatoes because they're both going to take about 20 minutes. So, and about 10 minutes in, we'll probably start our vegetable. We just have to pick which one, see what we've got in these things is what we're going to do. I think I have corn, but I think there's corn in the other refrigerator, freezer, in the dining room. I'm not sure. I know I saw them in there. Okay. Let's just give that a minute, y'all. You're going to edit, right?
Let's see what I can do.
Okay.
I don't know how to edit from YouTube.
Yeah, there's like squares and big. I don't know.
I just don't want you to get mad and I lose everything.
Well, then I guess we won't edit. And we'll just hang out. I think a video takes only for about 40 minutes, so.
We're on 26 minutes.
Already?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Cooking takes a long time. Alright, y'all. So like I said, we don't want to cook them all the way through. So let's go ahead and take them out. I'm just going to stick them here on this plate. Now they're not humongous. And that's okay, because you can have 2. I don't think I have them for Hannah. Oh well. Okay, now I'm going to drain this grease. Let me turn that down. It's popping hurts. Let me just run the hot water and get this down the sink. I'll run the hot water in a minute. Now this is what my pan does. I don't know why, but it does. But that's okay because you want this. I think it's called from, or it's called something, the stuff that's left on the bottom of your, yeah. You know what I need, and I need your help. I need a measuring cup. And they're over there. Sorry, y'all. I need to get 2 cups of water. That cat is so weird. Okay, Katie's gonna get us some water. the nice filtered water, the clean stuff, which, by the way, I'm thirsty, sorry. I need a dink. Sound like you burped, honey. Watch out. Oh my goodness, you need to go. I don't have anything for you. Okay, so this is what you do. You put your water in there, right? Grab your spatula. Scrape up the stuff off the bottom. I think it's called foam or something. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. But this has got your flavor. Your flavor is in here, so you want to get that up into your gravy. Okay, that is good. Now, let's turn it back up to medium. I'm going full medium, not a notch below it, just full medium. We are going to put our bouillon cubes in. And like I said, 1 bouillon cube per 1 cup of water. So we have 2 cups of water, so we have 2 bouillon cubes. That's pretty easy math there. And these are always hard to get open. That's why it is convenient to have broth, but I don't have any, so there. And we're going to have Katie open that for us because I can't find the opening. Wow, that cat is going to knock this thing right off. Thank you, Mommy. Okay, so Katie got it.
Left.
Okay. So, there we go. There's that. That's going to dissolve. Let's just let it do its thing. Now you can also, well, we'll go ahead and put the meat back in and then we'll turn on our potatoes. So you just slide it in, you know, just slide it in. Oh, I got a trash can right here, thank you. Put it in there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this boil. When it gets to a boil like it is now, so make sure the meat's in there, you're gonna put it down on low. Now, I use a lid, not everybody has a lid. You don't have to use a lid, but it does kind of help keep it moist. So let's grab a lid.
Sure.
And here's a lid. There we go. We're going to let that do its thing. It's going to take 20 minutes. If you need to set a timer on your stove so you don't forget, go for it. All right, now I'm going to turn on the potatoes on high. Now each of these, like I said, are going to take 20 minutes. So we're just going to let it do its thing. And I don't know, y'all. We might have to do this in 2 parts because we don't know how to pause. And the camera's going to stop working in a few minutes anyway. So we're going to go ahead and stop here. And I will pick